Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm sorry we haven't had a news section for such a long time. I think the last one we did was in November, but I've had a very busy traveling schedule. We did Essen in the beginning of December, then we had a break for Christmas, so we didn't put out any videos, and then Matt was on holiday, and then I've been to Tokyo at Tokyo Auto Salon and visiting some of our distributors out there. But we have been making some vlogs, well I have been while I've been out, and we have been putting those out, so if you haven't already, please check those out. We did a vlog of Essen while we were out there, and also Tokyo Auto Salon, the show, going around Studi, who's our distributor. They're very cool guys, very cool shop, and they also run their own race team. So if you've been following the channel, you might have seen the video where we went to Shanghai and watched their race from the pits. So I've done a tour of their shop, so check them out. Also, we haven't released so far is a video where we go to Hakone Turnpike and actually hire a car out and drive that, and that was really cool as well. I really enjoyed it. I'm lucky I get to go to Japan once a year, and I try and hire a car out, or last time we hired out an R34 GTR and a Hakasuka, and we had great fun in the mountains because we used to watch Initial D when we were younger, and it was kind of reliving. In terms of BMW news, there's been a lot basically that's happened since we last did a news segment. BMW released more details about the X3M, X4M, and you know that we're excited about that car because it's going to have the S58 engine, which is a development of the B58 engine. The S58 engine will be the engine that is used in the next generation M3 and M4. So we're excited to see what that does in the X3M, and that will also give us a head start into thinking about what upgrades we can do on the next generation M3 and M4. Now, talking about the M3 and M4, BMW released details or rumors about a potential rear-wheel drive manual model, which is being dubbed the Pure. Now, we did touch on this as to whether the M3 would be switchable four-wheel drive like the F90 is, or whether they would have an option of a rear-wheel drive car if you wanted it and a four-wheel drive. So the rumor is suggesting there will be a four-wheel drive version, and there will also be a rear-wheel drive version which will be manual only. Now, if they're doing that, that leads a question as to why they haven't made it switchable. Is it because they don't want to use the auto box and they want to still retain the DCT? But I guess we'll have to wait until they release the car to get more details on that. We did touch on this earlier about BMW putting a really big grille on the X7, and now it looks like they haven't shied away from this because the new 7 has come with a facelift and the grille is absolutely massive. I'm having a really hard time getting used to the size of that thing because I just look at it and all I see is the grille. The rest of the car is like really nice, the bumper, the lights, everything, but do you know, like when someone's got like a distinguishing feature and you can't look away from it, it's a bit like that. You just zone in on that and that's all you see. It's a bit bizarre. Whether we'll get used to it or not, I'm not sure. BMW design language does change radically every now and again, and it takes a bit of time to get used to it, but I'm not sure the big grille thing is something that's easy to get used to. In other BMW news, BMW has also released the new car, the BMW Supra. No, I'm joking, the Toyota Supra, but the reason I've said that is because if you look at the interior of the car, it's literally lifted straight out of the Z4. All the switchgear, the ergonomics, everything just looks exactly like a BMW. Now, that's not a bad thing because, you know, we like BMWs and we like the way they're styled inside and they're easy to use and they're functional. But I think the Toyota guys are really unhappy that it's not embodying the Mark IV Supra, because that was a tuner's dream. That car was a legend in stock form, and then people just went crazy with it. There's so many different variations, so many different tunes. It was such a capable car. Now, with the Toyota Supra, I think it's going to appeal to a lot of BMW guys. It's going to have a feeling of a BMW. It looks slightly quirky. They're not making a hardtop version of the Z4, so if you want something a bit more driver focused, that's going to be the right option for it. I mean, in England it's sold out. There's a waiting list for the car, so you can't actually put an order in for one. You can only go on the waiting list for it. I think it's going to be a good car. I think the styling's a bit funny in places, but I think it's because the concept FT1 was such a good looking car and it doesn't look like that. People are disappointed. But there's been a lot of renders that have come out on this Toyota Supra, and I think with a few tweaks, I think it's actually going to look like a really good car. We know the engine's really capable, it's very tunable, and the chassis is good as well, with a Z4 lapping, I think, Nürburgring faster than the M2 recently. So it's going to be a good package, and I think it's going to appeal to BMW owners as well, and that's why I'm talking about it. In terms of what we've been up to, we have got to get 3 cars ready for VMAX, which is at the end of March. The M3, we have our 2nd generation turbos. If you watch our videos, you will see from the last VMAX that we had development set on, and that gave us a lot of data as to what to do to improve the turbos to get more power out of the car. Now we've done that, so we will be getting Viper ready for VMAX at the end of March, and hopefully get some really good results out of it. The F90 will also be tuned by then. The F90 is has had a lot of development done over the last couple of months. So we developed the Venturi intake for the car. We also took the car to Super Sprint, which we will have a development video on, where they developed the full exhaust, including the turbo manifolds, the downpipes, and the rear exhaust. The rear exhaust sounds absolutely amazing. It has a valve which is operated off the OEM exhaust valve button. With the valves closed, it doesn't drone at all, and it sounds really like a V8, and it sounds civilized. You open the valves and literally it's straight through from the turbos. It's absolutely insane. I'm looking forward to showing you guys that development video and sound clips of the car. In terms of the tuning the F90 M5, we've got about 7 weeks to dial that in, so we're ready for VMAX. So we're initially going to go with a stage 2 car and see how we get on, and the plan is to at some point do hybrid turbos on the F90, probably for the next VMAX, which I think is April or May. In terms of the 3rd project car that I talked about, that's a bit of a secret at the moment. It's a project car that we've bought for Venturi. Ricky from Living Life Fast is going to reveal the collection of that car in the next few days, so watch out for him on his channel. For that car, we also have planned a full build, so intercooler, Venturi intake, obviously full exhaust, suspension, wheels, and also a hybrid turbo. And our plan is to try and get that ready for VMAX, which is at the end of March. So we've got around 7 weeks to complete basically 3 cars. So hopefully, we're under a tight schedule, but hopefully we can do it. So that's our plans for this year. Obviously, they're going to be adaptable, and we may change them as we go along depending on what happens. But what do you guys think? What do you want us to cover? Do you want us to cover more shows? Do you want us to cover more project cars? Or do you want to see more vlogs from me? I'm not going to be traveling now until probably April or June. And then from that point, I'm going to be going to all the international shows that I've been going to this year. So if you want to see more vlogs on those or anything else, just let us know in the comment section. We'll try our best to accommodate you. So that's the news. If you want to watch more BMW related news, you can watch that over here. If you'd like to watch something YouTube suggests you might like from our other videos, you can watch that over here. Now, if you did like the video, please click that thumbs up button. And if you've got any questions, you can put those in the comments for us. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.